Maximize my opportunity. So obviously I know I was picked very high in the NFL draft, and there's a lot of expectations that come with that. But I think those expectations pale in comparison to the expectations I have for myself. So I'm no stranger to expectations. I put a lot of pressure on myself, and sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad. But I have big dreams, and I'm very ambitious. So just do.
Brother right here too. Yeah. He does it on our social media, so all the stuff you've been seeing, that's him.
100 mil I needed, the glory I needed. I took L's but walked around like I was undefeated. I saw my results, I still woke up and chased it. They told me to find myself, but said I want to find a way.
Everybody got his girl. Even the baby got a little something. We ready now.
See what I'm wearing?
I love it. I appreciate that.
What, it's on the back, not the back, but the back of the,
What are you on?
Yo, what's up? Good follow, brother. Your buddy came across the foul line. Oh, for sure, brother. What is this? Ooh, dump him. Let me see, RSO Folly. Let me see, buddy. Oh, what? Wait a minute. Slam down coming. -10. Let's scalp this bit. Bow. Got an order? Got an order? Let's go. See what we got.
So we've had this conversation in the past about Dylan Brooks and his antics and not standing on business. But you understand why Draymond said nobody respects Dylan Brooks?
I mean, if you're not shaking guys' hands after a series, series and you're running off.
Is that mandatory then? Is the post-series dap up a mandatory thing?
No, it's everything.
I got Isaiah Thomas off there.
It's everything, right? If you're the loudest one in the series and you're calling people out and you're talking shit, and then when you lose, you're the one that don't want to speak to the media, you're the one that walk out, that does show like you're actually not about that.
No, talking to the media and showing somebody here in the two temples.
No, I'm going off of like, I'm thinking about the LeBron series and all that stuff when they had to fine him because he was
saying the media ain't got nothing to do with
it. Talking.
Left the arena.
Yeah, he left the arena.
Like a similar walk that Ant-Man took after game 5.
They have Isaiah Thomas.
No, so I put myself, I always look at the way I handle wins and losses. It just depends on, I'm not going to be out there for extended periods of time. If I know someone, if we got a previous relationship before the series, I might, on the way out, might do this, but I'm not going each individual guy and dapping nobody up after the series. I never did.
Oh, yeah.
I never did. I'm not going,
that's
shit, good game, dog, good series, dog, good series, dog, good series, dog, good series, dog, good series. Get them next game, good luck the next round. I fucking hope you lose the next round.
Mm-hmm. You never told them that?
No, I'm not telling you good luck the next round because I don't fucking mean it.
Bad luck.
Right, I don't mean it. Y'all just beat us, so why would I tell you good luck? Right, I'm my competitor. Because we lost, my competitive nature's supposed to stop? Just because we lost in that moment? No, the buzzer just sounded. I ain't had time to fucking process this shit yet, right?
It's not the same situation.
So my thing is like, and because I played a certain way and I did certain things, like I said, if I knew you, I'm not just gonna go to everybody and dap. If I'm battling Tim and we didn't win 6 games, sugar dogs. Other than that, I'm not telling just everybody on the team and dap him up. You running off and not talking to the media, now that's one thing, but not dapping guys up, it's not a necessity. It's not, there's nowhere in the rule book that says I have to shake your hand after we fucking play 6, 7 games, whatever we just did.
Yeah, no, that's not this. Like when it calls out.
Nobody probably like him.
No, what I'm saying, y'all thinking about Shannon. He's talking about like when Ant-Man called out Kyrie. Kyrie bust his ass. Ant-Man leaves the arena. Don't talk to nobody. That's what Dylan Brooks is doing. That's what he's calling out. You're calling these people out. They get the best of you. What are you saying to the media? Don't run. And that's what
you face the media. Yeah, you gotta go face the media. But
like before the buzzer, you already in the locker room because you don't want nobody to see you. That's what he's calling. He's calling that out.
I did that. Not you're the
loudest one in the arena.
Yeah.
And then when you're not winning, you run out of the arena. When you win, you got the shirt all tall. Yeah, sorry, motherfucker. Like that's what's going on, and that's what he's calling out.
So, Ken, a question for you. You talked about how you would handle series if you lost, you were trying to get off the court. If you won, you staying on and everything.
If they come up to me, I'm not going to seek.
But you have a similar reaction either way.
Same way, I'm not going to seek guys out there just lost trying to shake your fucking hand. Right?
You don't want that sense of losing.
I'm with my team. If we win, I'm celebrating with my team this, that, and the third, right? If dudes, like, like I said, if there's a mutual something beforehand, then yeah, I might, but if you come up to me, we're going to, but it ain't going to be nothing more than that, right? I don't expect that we just swept the Detroit Pistons and they come up to, I'm not expecting them to come, Chauncey and Sheep, Ben to come up and dap me up after we just swept them. Like, yeah, good luck this round, dog, go get it. Go get it. Right?
Like what you guys are talking about is not what this is. No one's shaking nobody's hands out.
They are. Everybody is.
They know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that's not what Draymond's talking about.
But the rest of the guys did, though. He's saying everybody else stood out there and they lost. They shook hands, but Dylan Brooks was nowhere to be found. I understand, yes, but like I said, there's nowhere in the rule book that says I have to stand out there and shake your hand. Not to talk to the media and all that shit is something totally separate. We just lost. So, yeah, you gotta answer those questions then, but there's no way in the rules that I gotta fucking shake your hand after you just lost.
He probably got a beat with everybody on that team.
Like I say, he's trying to hurt the man real. But like I said, don't nobody like
what I'm doing. That's
the thing is, they don't like him before the series started. It just, the niggas didn't like him before the series started.
So, talking about Steph's thumb and going as you guys on this conference talking about, if I know somebody got an injury, I'm gonna attack that injury. If I know I got a bad ankle,
it don't work out for you. Stand on your business. It's not stand on the business. I run off the court and then I go to my car and hide. And I don't want to stand on my business.
We done seen Draymond not talk to me after the loss and went to say shit on his podcast.
But then he say something to the player. I'm going at a player. I'm saying I'm gonna bust your ass. I'm trying to hurt this man. And then you bust my ass, and then when the media goes and say, hey, so what happened? I'm not there. I'm not speaking for myself. That's what the problem is.
I think, like I said, I don't think you should not answer them questions.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in and do that. Okay, cool.
Because you said it to them then during the press conference. You said it to them during the press conference. So now that they didn't beat you in 7 games, how did that work out?
How did it work out? You're gone. You run. Every time I laugh, that's doesn't count. Doesn't count. That's what I'm saying. But me shaking your head out when you're winning, you're running like a bitch when you're not. Ant-Man lost. They still up there. Yeah, we ain't worried about this. Yeah, we shot them up. We gonna get their ass next time. They standing on business.
I never seen somebody lose like a winner. How the fuck you lose like a winner?
Don't talk shit like a winner.
Don't talk shit. I never lost and been a winner after because I'm shaking your fucking hand.
Don't talk shit.
If I lost, I lost. Get the fuck out of it.
Don't talk shit when you win, though.
Yes, I'm a winner. How you gonna control somebody's happiness?
You're a front runner.
This is crazy, man. You fucking win, I can talk shit about losing.
Yeah, I'm like that motherfucker.
Go to me like, oh man, you whooped my ass. So thank you for whooping my ass. I'm out of here. I'm so happy you whooped my ass, man. Have fun. No, motherfucker. All right, it's over. I'll catch you next time, nigga. I'm out of here.
And then you win, and then your ass gonna celebrate outside.
People kill people for losing fights.
I want to celebrate.
What are you
you talking about?
That's the same thing.
No,
You beat
it's
me
not.
up, I'm gonna kill you.
You're saying you're.
That's how people do.
You
How can you control somebody's emotions after losing?
Because
I don't need to kiss your ass.
You're calling me out, bro.
But I don't care.
So if you're calling me out and you win, you brag.
I don't have to kiss your ass for beating me. I don't have to be who you want me to be. As
No, be who you are.
And
If you say you're gonna stop me,
if I'm the same,
But don't go down,
you're not gonna. You're running.
But don't,
You're in the media. You're in the media talking shit.
you're coward.
You're in the media talking shit. You are.
I'm
And then when it don't
asking
work your way, you don't want to be.
So go answer them questions after you
Don't ask the questions. Don't talk for the media. Period.
Go answer them questions after you lose.
Tell me how
Why
I
you
should be
answer the questions when you win?
I don't like people controlling who people
If
are.
you're talking to the media while you're winning, you need to talk to them folks while you lose.
People are. You can't make a whole judgment of somebody's character after because they don't do what you want them to do.
You want you to talk to the media after
I
you
ain't
lose.
never seen no slave shit in my life.
The slave shit.
What do you
Why you think he said no? I can't respect you as a man if when you call me out. You calling me out when you got the best of me, you brag. In the media, when I got the best of you, you run. You hide. And I'm supposed to respect you as a person, as a defender. I can't. Then you beat me game 3, you want to brag again. I beat you game 4, you don't want to talk. Game 5, I won, I'm bragging again. Game 6, you lost, your ass is hiding in the house. No, man, you don't stand on business, dog. I can't respect you on that one.
I mean, the media is.
You're the front runner.
The media is our job.
That's some
Do
coward.
your thing. You win. If you're talking shit before the series, you win. Talk shit.
Is Brooke the only person
Talk
ever
shit.
did that?
That's like a boxer.
Is
That's
Brooke the
like a
only
boxer who
person
loses.
that has Draymond ever enough and not talking to me?
Talk shit to somebody. Understand what we're talking about.
It
Talking
don't
shit
matter.
to somebody.
It doesn't matter. If you lose and you leave without talking to somebody, what's the difference?
Because I'm calling you out as a man.
I ain't calling you out, said I'm hitting your hand.
I'm fucking up. This is what I'm doing. I'm bragging about it. I'm bragging about it. So now,
bragging about I'm gonna hit. No, he asked the question.
now the media wants to know, hey, it didn't work. So what's up?
The difference when I leave, when I lose. It don't matter how I lost. If I leave after and not talk to the media, it's the same thing. Draymond did that shit plenty of times.
I'm bragging about what I did. I'm bragging about what I did to this man, and we stopped him, and this is my angle. And he played well, so it didn't work. So hey, you know, are you gonna change up your?
I'm trying to.
Nick, there's a difference. So you keep bringing Draymond in, right? So Draymond is not talking to them because he's coming on his own platform. He's going to tell the people what they want to know. It's a different story. Devin Brooks ain't got no platform to go tell people. Well, yeah, I know I said this during game 2 with Steph's thumb. It didn't work out, but this is what happened. He's not doing that, right? He ain't answering the questions after they lost. Is what they do. Is what I'm underdog, right? This is what I'm getting. Like I said, I wasn't a motherfucking hunky dory. Y'all just beat me type of kind of guy. I never listen. Some of the time, nigga, if we was down in the 4th quarter when that motherfucker going down, I'm off the bench walking to the back already. So,
But consistent though.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
Consistent either way. I think that's the most important.
but I wasn't a big shit talker. I played a certain.
But that's what I'm saying.
I wasn't talking shit.
We're
I
watching
played.
other players. We're watching Shea talk about the games. They lose. They talk about, yeah, we just got to do better. Boom, boom, boom. But if you're calling people out and you're trying to stand on something, and you're the first one to run, like if we say who is the loudest people in this series, there's going to be 2.
You just said that's not calling people out. You just said Ant-Man they called LeBron out.
No, Ant-Man called Kyrie out.
said something about him.
Hold on, dog. Because you just
gotta make up our mind.
when Ant-Man called out Kyrie and Kyrie bust his ass, was Ant-Man available? He was available, right? He spoke, right? He answered them questions, right? He didn't run and hide in the car because the Kyrie got the best of him after he called Kyrie out. After he called Kyrie out and Kyrie gave him the business, every game he spoke. Every game. This is going to make me better. That's why people respect that. If you calling me out and it don't work your way, and they trying to ask you questions, and you're hiding, and you're running, you're walking home, that's not respectable. Then just shut the fuck up and don't bring nobody up.
No, I get it.
That's it.
What
Just shut the fuck up. What are you calling people out? What did he say to call Steph out? Please tell me. He said he trying to win and hit somebody's hand. I'm gonna win by any way.
By any means.
That's not calling nobody out.
You did win by any means. So
What
what's
are you
up?
talking about?
You did win.
Is
So
that
what's up?
calling him?
You
That's
did
not calling
win.
nobody
What's
out.
up?
Stop
You
doing
did
that.
win. So what's
That's
up?
a question.
You
I'm
did
trying to
win.
win.
I'm
I'm hitting his hand. So I'm trying to win by any means necessary. I don't mean I need to talk to you about that. The fuck y'all getting offended by me trying
You
to win?
didn't win.
Y'all sound like pussies, nigga.
You didn't win.
You want me
Answer
to
the
talk to
question.
you after? Okay, I'm sorry. I tried to hit your hand.
Yeah, say that.
I'm sorry.
Say that.
Fuck y'all talking about? Y'all
Say that. Say that.
That's how the numbers don't win.
When you was doing it, you was talking to them. You was talking to them when they faked the step, right?
Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Dinah, go and blow your horn. Alright, you sound good. Buckle up. We got a rich one today, okay? Now, I know this video is titled, Why Everyone is Single Now, by Raymond Thoughts of Mind. But really, I fast-forwarded about 20 minutes through here to get to the real juicy part, the one where this guy kind of snaps, and he makes a good point. This is where he's talking about, is everybody okay with being selfish, single, and having no future? Basically, okay, put you up to speed. This guy's been single for a decade, hard time getting women. He is frustrated. You'll see. Also, he's talking about how his parents, his grandparents, and everybody had kids and grandkids, and now our generation, his generation, nobody's having kids, nobody's getting married, and he's kind of saying, what's the point of life? Anyways, let's watch this guy snap, and he makes some good points. I'm gonna blow this guy up here. Oh, this is good. This is good.
Like, my only standard for a woman is be in the same body mass index as me. It's not a high standard, guys.
No. It's fair.
I gave up saying no kids by other men. I mean, you know, for God's sake, I'm not getting married to these trollops.
No, dude, he said trollops. That's a good one. Broads. I like that one, too.
But it's almost like not even worth trying because there's so many barriers and there's so many people who just don't want anything to do with any kind of fucking future. Do you enjoy not having a future? Because I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying this. And I have to live in this world with you. Okay? I've been on my deathbed. I had chronic liver failure.
Jesus.
Terminal. They didn't think I was going to live. I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. I turned around and woke up. I still have to live and be sober every day in this shit future. And nothing about the future is better. Nothing about this future is better.
Before he keeps snapping off, I will say, as somebody who's basically sober 99% of the time, it's hard. It's trippy. I understand why people, I get it. I get why people drink and smoke weed every day. I used to be that guy. Like, just to be fair on that one, he's got a point. Being sober, it is difficult. I get why people do it.
Everything is run by AI. It fucking...
It's hard. It's trippy. I understand why people, I get it. I get why people drink and smoke weed every day. I used to be that guy. Like, just to be fair on that one, he's got a point. Being sober, it is difficult. I get why people do it.
Everything is run by AI. It fucking call centers. And then you have to say operator, and then they hang up on you.
Yeah, they do.
HP saying that they purposely fucking, if you want to talk to a human being, they make you wait for 15 minutes before they even route the call. Every new car is shit.
Yeah.
The new home builds are shit.
Yeah.
The currency's worth nothing. We have a zero trust society.
Breach. Oh, he's going off.
Nobody can get laid. Ghosting. Ghosting is your concern. The sacrifices, expenses, the lifelong responsibilities, and deciding that it's not for them. The traditional blueprint for happiness has changed. And for many, the freedom to live life on their own terms is far more appealing than following an outdated script that doesn't fit the desires. What level of Dante's Inferno did the people who just endlessly pursued their desires end up on?
Oh, he's snapping.
Instead of settling down, they're choosing a path that prioritizes personal fulfillment over societal norms. Yeah, good luck. Again, this rampant selfishness is all predicated on the idea that there are altruistic, competent, conscientious people who will keep turning the levers that keep the power grid going for you. You can't just have endless pleasure and endless self-fulfillment. There has to be some level of sacrifice in your life. And some meta sacrifice, some grand existential sacrifice of perpetuating the species. People would rather travel than explore than settle down. Settling down often comes with responsibilities that can feel limiting. And for many, the freedom to travel and explore is far more appealing. You know what's funny is it just really isn't. They keep telling us this. I keep getting fed travel. Every live stream I do, every video I do, the comments are, you need to get out more. You need to go travel. I have no desire to travel. I don't know how to describe it. It's not there, guys. Without the constraints of a serious relationship or the obligations of family life, single people can prioritize adventure. Yeah, until when? Until you wake up at 35 and you realize that nobody wants to be around you? Like, you're all gonna get old. We're all gonna get old. And we're not gonna be able to just rely on hospice. You know what hospice is? Hospice is what they call, and the state pays for it, and they come and help you die. No, but you just want to have your endless fulfillment and travel and endless pleasures with hot Marco and Romeo and Chattio and Fatio. No, over in Italy. Endless adventures and orgasms. No. With no responsibilities. And you would be fine with living that life and having the state pay for the whole thing while you do your travel blog bullshit. And then...
Okay, dude, this guy's going off. Alright, it gets good. But he's got a point. He's got a point. I mean, this is how I look at it. What's the point of me? What is the point of me doing anything if I have 0 people to share it with? Now, when you're young, oh, it's awesome, dude. I'm 35, so from 24 to basically almost 30, I was single. Maybe a couple, like, small relationships. I'm having sex with the same woman for a while. But other than that, free as a fucking blue jay. Okay? But your friends are also single. You're in your 20s. You're fucking off. It's fun, yeah. But I will say at 35, I don't see my friends. Ever. You know why? Because they all decided at 35 that they were going to get married and have kids. Because we all come to this conclusion. Not everybody. I'm not pointing the finger at you. I'm not saying that there's a right or wrong way. Just take a second to really think about it. Yeah, it's fun when I could live life and share it with the people immediately around me. But once we get older, who are going to be those people? Is it just going to be your friends still? Your parents are going to die. Mine are already dead. Forget it. Okay? Not to get depressing. I'm just saying, I get what he means. Like, what future do you actually have? Like, Why? How long can you just have fun? That's kind of what I see with it. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but what's the fucking point of me doing basically anything if I have nobody to really share it with, is my point. What am I going to share it with you guys on the internet? I'm glad you're here. What's up? How you been? But does that make sense? So I get what he means, because I do have a girlfriend. We are going to have a kid, and I do want a family. Even if shit goes sideways, at least it's a reason to actually do something. Besides just like, I'm gonna go to Cabo and get drunk. How long do you do that for? Is kind of what I'm saying. He makes a good point here. He keeps going off. Let's let him go. Oh, he's snapping, but I feel it. I feel him. I get it. I don't get it actually, because I've never really had a problem getting women. It's not been, I don't just like go out and go, hey you, yeah, you're coming with me. It's never been like that. But I haven't, like what, I went a year without sex, big deal. This guy's been like a long time. A lot of guys, it's but there is that, the pickiness, the selfishness, and the truth be told, a lot of people don't want to settle down until they're 30 or even 35. And and a lot of people realize that far too late. There's nothing wrong with that, but he makes a good point about like, what the fuck is even the point of anything if this is the way society's going. That's what he's kind of going after.
You come back to the States at 60 and go, I've had a good life, it's time to go die. And go to the Soylent Green factory and put on the tape with the sunset and go into the great beyond.
He's good.
You'd be fine with that. Oh, I'm not, I can't work, I'm done, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to live anymore. You've all bought this lie. Are you enjoying your life? I'm not trying, again, I'm being selfish here when I say this. I'm not trying to change the world. I'm not trying to convince anyone else how to live, how they should be, how life should be.
Yeah.
I'm being virtuously selfish here. In a Randian sense. I have to exist in this shit future. And I don't enjoy it. Like, there's got to be someone who wants to have sex with, like, come on. Like,
he's so sexually frustrated. Like, I'll leave the link to this guy, Raymond Mind Thoughts here. I'll leave the link down below. Like, the beginning of the video is pretty rough. He's very, he shares a lot about himself. It's not easy to do on the internet. Like, I could feel him to an extent. I gave up, in my 20s, I gave up completely. You get your heart ripped out, thrown on the floor and stomped on, die, dead. Yeah, it can make you kind of cold. Like, what's the point of even trying? Or like, they just leave you anyways, right? People tend to change their minds a lot, especially women. No offense to my small portion of women who watch this, but it's the truth. I know men can cheat and all that. That's I get that. But like, if you were to cheat, you're just gonna leave them. You're not like cheating, you're gonna stay with them, bro. Which isn't cool, but I get the frustration with that. Because even me now, I'm like, oh, it took me till I was like 34, 33 for a chick to even go, I'm ready now. I'm ready. All the other stuff, because when you're in your 20s, man, you want to keep the party going. I get that. Guilty. But unfortunately, a lot of us are going to realize this entirely too late. Like, way too, just not too late to where you can't do it, but you don't realize it until it's like, okay, this endless party and travel and no worries and friends are always around and all that. Once that's all kind of gone, then it hits you. Then it hits you. So, yeah. Anyways.
The great outdoors is having its moment, with the majority of people, 58%, interested in traveling for outdoors, trailed by people for arts and culture, food, and visit family and friends. Traveling offers a kind of fulfillment that relationships don't always provide. It's an opportunity to meet new. Again, they keep saying relationships, not hooking up, not sexual trysts. Many find that they don't want to give up this freedom for the sake of stability. The idea of being tied down to one place or the other person can feel suffocating when there's an entire world to see. For these individuals, staying single isn't just a phase. It's a lot. God. It's not a phase, Mom. It's a lifestyle choice that aligns with their sense of adventure and self-discovery. Dating apps feel more like a game than something serious. Because, again, I'm gonna try to be nice.
Over here.
Whose fault is that, guys? Whose fault is that? Dating apps feel like a game. Whose fault is that? You know, there before probably what, 2015?
Let's find out. Whose fault is it? Actually, let me see. Let's look this shit up. Who invented Tinder? That's the culprit. Because I think Match.com or whatever the first dating site was. What was the first dating website? The first modern dating website was Match.com. Yeah, that was like to find love, you know, to get married. And to be fair, the past 3 weddings I went to, they all met on Hinge or Bumble. So people are getting married from that shit. But who invented Tinder? Tinder's the culprit for this, right? Let's see whose fault this is. Sean Rad and Justin Nathan. That's whose fault it is. And gambling and shit. To be fair, though. To be fair. He wants to point the finger at people. Things always change, but I will say, I used the dating app for 1 day about 10 years ago, 2016. And I literally was like, no way. No way. They're never gonna, no fucking way. Absolutely not. I've always had to go, that's the problem too, is a lot of guys like me, maybe you could relate, the way I got any woman was because they got to get to know me. They were forced to get to know me. Occasionally, a chick will be like, oh, he's really cute. They don't know me at all. They're just going based off looks. But for the most part, once they hang out with me, and they go, he's actually kind of cute, and he's really funny. Oh my God, you know? That's when I get them. So there's no possible fucking way. There's just gonna be a photo of me on the internet. And they're gonna go, that's the guy. It's very looks only. So, yeah, that's blame it on the dating apps. But also, people do get married from that, and it has become the norm. You know, 15.
You could actually go on a dating app in the morning and meet up with somebody for at least for drinks that night, and maybe they were using you to get drunk. That happened to me a lot. Some girl would, you know, and she was not interesting, and she was not interested in getting to know me at all. She just wanted to get drunk. Yeah. And then she turned on the waterworks right at about 8 or 9 o'clock when happy hour ended, and I paid the bill, and then put her in a cab and gave her $20. Gee, I wonder why I spent my 20s broke. Oh, you're a nice guy, Raymond.
Oh, Raymond's not so nice anymore now, is he? Oh, he's snapping. He's at the end of his road. I give it to him, man. You know, I'm gonna fucking subscribe to this guy. Look at his little brotherhood right now. I mean, he needs some puss. He needs some action. But at least we can give him some of that, right? He's snapping, dude.
Dating apps have made meeting people easier, but they've also turned dating into a numbers game with endless swipe. It's a numbers game for hot people. Dating apps is just a meat market for hot people.
Yeah.
But they've also turned dating into a numbers game.
It's not entirely true, okay? One wedding I went to, both of the people are pretty overweight. They're not the best looking people, but they made it work. The only downside was they both had to wait until their fucking early to mid 30s to finally go, well, it looks like I'm gonna have to just get what I can and make the best of it. Because they both wanted a family, they wanted a future is what this guy's going with why the title of this video, I chose that. It's, which makes sense to me. Like I said before, like, what's the fucking point? What's the point of me making a shit? What's the point of me being successful, saving money, owning a house, if I have 0 people to leave it to when I die? If that makes any sense. What's the fucking point of me doing any of it? I mean, to leave it to a friend's, a nephew of mine, or like some random kid. I became friends with a young man named Jose. I'm just gonna leave it to him. Does that make sense? Like that's kind of where I look at it. Like, what would be even the point, right? Sex has become sport. It used to be you have sex to have a kid. Now it's just for fucking sport, which is fun. I like having sex, and this guy is sexually frustrated. Anyways, we need to get this guy laid. Ladies, come on.
With endless swiping, short-lived conversations, and people treating connections like temporary distractions. Yeah, you pretty much just summed it up there, lady. It's hard to find something meaningful. The constant availability of new matches makes committing feel unnecessary, and many people aren't interested in competing for attention. Instead of spending time in shallow interactions and rarely lead anywhere, more people are walking away from the dating scene entirely. The gamification of dating has made relationships feel transactional. Or have they just shed a light on the truth? It's always been a transaction. I mean, fuck. Cheaper to Keeper was around in the 70s. My dad tells stories about growing up in Holiday Valley, a subdivision of Enon, Ohio. And he was telling me that every other family in his blocks, it was like divorcee, 2-parent household, divorcee, 2-parent household, divorcee, 2-parent household. Like, it was rampant in the 70s, the late 60s and the 70s when he was growing up.
Oh, he's bad.
The endless scrolling can be exhausting, leaving users feeling more disillusioned than hopeful. Many realize that they're happier without the stress of competing for attention in an oversaturated dating pool. Rather than participating in a system that prioritizes instant gratification over meaningful connection, they choose to step away from dating apps and embrace the life of independence. Sure they do. Real independent. Let me guess, these ladies...
I'm just gonna leave them like this. If you're watching this, it's all over the place. But this is how a lot of people feel. They don't say it out loud. They don't say it out loud. That's all. And then also, like I said, people don't want to settle down till they're 33. They just don't. What are you supposed to do? Just be single till then all of a sudden you go, I'm ready to try it. I'm ready now. I'm ready to try it out. That's hard. It's hard to, it's not all bad, man. We just need to get random laid. There's a lot of guys out here like this too. That's the worst part. And even good-looking guys. Yeah, they can get laid, but they have the same frustration. And they don't have the same frustration of like, I can't get in the ass, you know. But they have the same frustration where it's like, God, doesn't anybody just want to fucking take it easy and have even the hot guy will be with a chick for 10 years and they'll fucking leave him. Or vice versa, right? Men do it too, but, you know, women are mostly the culprit. That's just the truth. You get bored. Unreal.
Ladies have subsidized student loans they're not paying off. I guarantee you their parents are still paying their credit cards. The amount of I have found that their parents pay their credit cards is unconscionable.
Oh, dude, I got a crazy story for you. So I was dating this chick, right, about 5 years ago. I'm dating her, super spoiled, 30 years old. And I remember the moment I said this isn't going to work is when she said, I'm not ready for kids yet. I'm like, dude, you're 30. What are you going to do? Are you going to be 37? I'm like, she's never going to want kids. I was like, this isn't going to work, okay? But this was crazy. For her birthday, for her birthday, her mother paid off her credit card of $3,000, which she only paid the minimum on. She threw a 30-year-old woman threw a temper tantrum at her birthday dinner because her mother paid off her $30,000 credit card. She said, I wanted a kayak. This bitch said I wanted a kayak, dude. 2 months later, she got evicted out of her apartment, and I left her. Yeah. Well, actually, I left her before she got evicted. But I'll never forget that one. I wanted a kayak. Do you imagine if I was still with her? I'd be dead broke. And then she'd leave me because I was broke. And also, I wasn't buying her a fucking kayak. You're out of your goddamn mind.
Oh, and I'm sure they have sugar daddies and arrangements where they get a couple $100 a month for pics or something. Maybe $1,000 for a meetup.
No, in the past, not every woman can pull that off, just so you guys are aware, alright? It's not that serious.
It often provided financial stability. Today, people are fully capable of supporting themselves. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
They're living off the state.
Let's not forget about the kayak situation. I didn't even go all the way deep with that. She was on EBT, living in a high-rise condo, barely making a tremendous debt. There was just one credit card that her mother had access to. Yeah, they're fucking not. They're not. And I don't mean that in a good way. I mean it like, how long can you do it by yourself? It's going to be the Gilmore Girls and the Gilmore Boys in the future. That's what it's going to have to be. Or just, I guess, van life, RV living, tents. That's always fun. People like camping.
It's a massive, 45% of your income goes towards taxes. If you're a single male with no kids, 45% of your income goes to taxes. People are fully capable of supporting themselves. Women in particular are no longer relying on marriage for security, and both men and women are prioritizing their careers and financial independence over relationships. The idea of staying in a relationship for financial reasons has become outdated, and without that pressure, people are choosing partners based on emotional connection rather than necessity, and emotions are based on how she feels that day. So there's no point in even a
Let's get it.
The world is an evil, villainous place, right? It's full of people who do things that hurt other people. That's what it is.
You've said this before. You're like, human beings are not good.
No.
But like, and my comeback to that is, you said this moment where you kind of flipped over was when it was before CIA. Right?
Correct.
It was right when you were leaving Big Dallas. You know, I think about that line a lot that you had in episode 107 with me. I mention it all the time, where you were just like, you know, we were going back and forth on whether things are all good or all bad, and we talked about this for like 10-15 minutes. And I was trying to paint some examples, obviously someone who's not been out in the field like you, and you're like, I've lived that. You have not lived that. And like, I could almost see you like hallucinating above your body, because then like you went into this zone. I don't think the camera does it justice, but like you had this look in your eye where you were re-seeing all these things, talked about the worst examples of the worst things that human beings do to other human beings. And it really affected me because it's like it does put things in perspective. That's one of the nice things about the show. You know, I sit in podcast studio, but I have people from around the world come in here and sometimes tell me some things that, you know, are harsh realities, if you will. But what I'm curious about is if at any point throughout your CIA career when you were seeing some of said things, if you wavered in your faith or thought that, you know, maybe this is all bullshit because why the fuck would I live in a world where X happens?
So, no, it's actually the other way around. My time at CIA made me that much more confident in my faith because I saw the principles of the Bible lived all over the world.
Can you explain that?
So one of the things that you learn in the Bible is that, you know, we live in a fallen world. We live in a world that's controlled by Satan. We live in a world where the enemy is the most powerful being on the planet. Right? God is waiting for us somewhere else. The Holy Spirit is here with us to help guide us and lead us. But God doesn't claim to control the earth. He has sent his son so that his son can have cleaned our sin forever. God is not really interested in the earth. God is interested in the universe and the individual souls that choose to join him. Right? There's it may have been Ian or somebody else that helped me on my faithful journey, and there were 3 or 5 of them that were really important in my faithful journey at the academy. Once explained to me this idea of, you know, the earth is a ball, and Satan is a Rottweiler, and Satan controls that ball. We are his plaything, right? The enemy, if you will. But the Rottweiler's on a leash, and the leash is held by God. So he gets to play with the earth as much as God lets him play with the earth. But otherwise, we're just stuck on this thing, right?
God lets him do it.
Because God is the one that's in ultimate control.
And what do you think of that?
For me, it's very liberating. Because for me, it shows me how small I am.
Yeah.
It shows me how big the enemy is, which is what I need to know. Because guess what 95% of my day is filled with? Temptation to do the wrong thing. And everybody listening is in the same fucking boat.
Yeah.
That's what fills our day. Temptation to do the wrong thing, not motivation to do the right thing, right? So it makes sense. I like that visual understanding of, oh, big scary dog, I'm on a fucking ball. I can't beat that dog. Dog's gonna do whatever the hell it wants to with me. But life doesn't end here. There's something bigger than the dog, right? So when I get chewed, swallowed, and shat out the back end of that Rottweiler, like that's the end. That's when I have the chance to actually join the Father. For me, it's a very comforting idea. Traveling, operating, meeting people around the world, you learn very fucking fast the world is a fallen place. You learn very fast Satan is in control. You learn very fast people accept, adhere, follow, obsess
with Satan's in control
with their temptations, right? You find that everywhere. You see it, it's crystal clear. You can't fight it. You have to accept it. And then you learn a lot about yourself by seeing all the villainy of the world. The world is an evil, villainous place, right? It's full of people who do things that hurt other people. That's what it is.
You've said this before. You're like, human beings are not good.
No.
But like, and my comeback to that is, yes, there are evil people in the world, and there are more than we would like to think. There's no doubt about that. Whatever got them there, it's a separate story, but like, that's a real thing. But then there are also good people too, and you seem to think that, you seem to operate from the assumption, and correct me if I'm wrong here, that like, no, that's not really the case. Most of them are just bad, and they're gonna be more likely to do bad things.
It's just a matter of what inputs will push them to a bad place. That's all it is, right? What inputs would get you to a place where you kill another person? What inputs would get you to a place where you steal from somebody else? What inputs would get you to a place where you would lie?
All right, let's run that example with us. Our mutual friend Matt Cox talks about this, the threshold of committing crime, and he learned, because he never committed a crime until he's 30 years old, he learned that he has a low threshold.
Correct.
Right? But he's like, everyone has a threshold, and what I mean by that is, if you're the mother of an infant and the infant's starving, you'll steal some fucking bread. But that, to me, is that good? Is it good to steal? No. Is it?
It's fucking terrifying for me. Will I get it right? Will I end up with egg on my face? Will everybody hate me again? I don't know. It's pretty miserable doing that. But I know it's the right path, because when you understand that, you realise how powerful it is to help people. Because if I'm right that we're going from 3 trillion to 100 trillion, we're only 3% there.
Raoul Pal is the co-founder and CEO of Real Vision, host of the Journeyman podcast, and a globally recognized macro investor.
He is known for breaking down complex financial trends and shaping the conversation around global economics and digital assets.
How to get rich in crypto without getting lucky and without falling for all the scams.
It's the same advice that everybody comes into the space. Just buy Bitcoin. There's no such thing as free money. Bitcoin on average has like 150% return since 2012. But then once you start seeing the rest of crypto, 100%, but that bloke just made 100x. I'm all in on the farm call. No.
AI is becoming super tangible.
One thing I do know is crypto has a superpower, behavioral incentives of tokens. The crazy thing is AI is doing better than 99% of all animals. To me, if it looks like a duck, smells like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. These things have some element of sentience.
Is Sol cooked now that the crazy Bitcoin meta is behind us?
I'm massively overweight too.
Percentage is like
over 70%. People lose their fucking minds. They sell their houses and buy crypto. This space is so full of risks. You have to be paranoid at all moments.
Tell me something about your life that I can take with me for the next half of my life.
Get out of your comfort zone. Don't do something that's different.
I need to find a girlfriend.
You gotta stop wearing that t-shirt for starters.
69% of the people who watch this podcast have not subscribed. If you enjoy this show, if it provides value to you in one way, shape or form, can I please ask you a little favor? Can you click that subscribe button, give this video a like and leave a comment down below. It helps this show more than you can imagine. My goal is to bring the absolute biggest and brightest people on this channel, and the best way to get there is to have all of us rally together and build the When Shift Happens family. Thank you. This conversation is supported by Jupiter, the most used decentralized trading platform on Solana and the largest DAO in the world. Card, my go-to card to spend my stablecoins directly with my Apple Pay to buy anything, food, coffee, or plane tickets without having to use a bank ever again. Bitwise Asset Management, the crypto specialist asset manager with more than $10 billion in client assets and more than 30 crypto solutions across ETFs, index funds, alpha strategies, staking, and more. 3. A scalable layer 1 blockchain that's fast, secure, and affordable, built by previous Facebook developers, and that delivers the benefits of Web3 with the ease of Web2. To support this show, please check the sponsors links in the description down below.
It's good. It's not as good as mining Bitcoin at 24 cents.
Just keep hearing these stories that make you feel sick.
I'm happy to not be hearing them, because I would be wondering why I'm taking all these planes to be like white like an ass, like you are.
You know, it's interesting because you speak to a bunch of these people, like speak to Wences Caceres, he was like OG Silicon Valley. He bought $2 million Bitcoin for $3, and he's like, yeah, I asked him how much he works now, and he said an hour a day.
He's still doing the Bitcoin Vault example.
Yeah, yeah. But he doesn't work on it. But the point being is, like, it's very difficult to build any business, even a SaaS amazing takeoff product that does the same returns as just owning Bitcoin.
Yeah. I have a friend of mine yesterday who we do business together. I have a data analytics company since 10 years, not in crypto.
Yeah.
And he's been bringing me a lot of business because they do ERPs and this data collection systems that are underneath the data analytics. So we're very complementary, and he's buying back the shares of one of the co-founders because they have issues in the business. And he came and he asked me for a loan. I was like, hey, there's some, I'm just going to my friends to get some cash so I can buy back, and I can buy these shares, right? And I mean, I know it's really good for our business because he's less motivated because of these co-founders issues, right? But I'm thinking in my mind, I mean, I'm like, I need to help him because he helped me when I was in tough moments, so I'll do it. But this USDC, I mean, Swiss franc in that case, could be in Bitcoin. Fuck, right?
I know.
He's like, and you choose the interest rate you want. I'm like, okay, let's do it 0 interest because anyway, like versus Bitcoin, it's a bad bet.
It's just throwing money away. I know. It's like the Nasdaq is down 99.97% since 2012 against Bitcoin. And tech stocks have been the next best performing asset in the world.
So what do we do?
You know, just try and get as much cash flow as possible and stick it into crypto.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we do now with the media company. 60% is going into Bitcoin, the rest is in USDC. And then I have my personal portfolio for like all the more risky stuff.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
It's good to be back. Third country.
Third country. We're meeting in more places than I met a woman in my life.
Yeah, we're not dating yet.
No, we're not yet, as you said. You asked before, what is this cast thing? Because I think the rest you're kind of familiar with them.
I got an hour in it.
So,
Country Penguin's always there.
Catch something for the fam.
Yeah.
Come back tonight. We're
Cast is how
gonna
I
trade.
your